18. Angry Villagers. Thank you for flying the portal. Please refrain from pushing as you disembark. Ben, Pearl, Meadowmouth, and Dr. Wu stood on the 10th floor of the old button factory. Puddles formed around them as water dripped off their clothing. Meadowmouth shook like a dog, spraying the walls and ceilings. There was no sign of Violin the satirist. The yellow light on the switchboard had stopped blinking. The bags of oats and ivy were gone. The shattered glass had also been cleaned up, and the window replaced with a new one. "Who took the rain dragon's horn?" both Pearl and Ben asked, as the last wisps of tornado disappeared. Dr. Wu set the extra medical bag into the closet. "His name is Maximus Steele. He's not supposed to be in the imaginary world, but he's apparently found a way to get in." She closed the closet door. Pearl opened her mouth, about to ask a million questions, but Dr. Wu gently silenced her with a raised palm. "Maximus Steele is a very dangerous man." Dr. Wu's wet hair clung to her cheeks and neck. Water leaked from the pockets of her lab coat. "If you continue to work as my apprentices, I will tell you all about him. But right now, there is another important matter to attend to." Ben's sneakers squeaked as he and Pearl followed the doctor over to the windows. He'd noticed how she'd said, "if you continue to work as my apprentices." Was she still angry that they'd broken the rules? Was she going to fire them? The windows offered a bird's-eye view of the front of the hospital. 2 people stood at the gate. Ben recognized the red overalls of Mrs. Mulberry and her daughter Victoria. The little red welcome wagon sat beside them. "It appears we have angry villagers at our door," Dr. Wu said. "Angry villagers?" Meadowmouth backed up into the corner. "I don't like angry villagers. Make them go away." His legs began to tremble. Ben was certain he was imagining all those horrid drawings from the Dragon Book. "They're mad about the missing stuff," Ben explained. "But they're not going to hurt you. Don't worry." "I needed to build my nest," Meadowmouth said. "I can't sleep without a nest." "You are quite right," Dr. Wu told him. "A dragon must have a nest." "This is my fault, not yours. I should have provided you with the necessary materials." She tapped her 4-fingered hand on the windowsill. "If they ask too many questions, I'm afraid we'll have to move again." "Don't do that!" Pearl cried. "We could buy new stuff for everyone," Ben said. "That would make them happy." Dr. Wu smiled sadly. "Well, that's a nice idea. I'm afraid I have little time to spare." What could they do? Ben had only known Mrs. Mulberry for a few days, but he could tell she was the sort of person who wouldn't give up easily. She wanted to prove that Dr. Wu was the thief. If only they could give Mrs. Mulberry something to make her happy. Then she might stop trying to get inside the hospital. Ben smiled as a brilliant idea just about knocked him off his feet, like the stink of the Sasquatch. What if Meadowmouth made something out of metal? He could give the town a present. Ben didn't want to hurt Pearl's feelings, since she'd lived there all her life, but Buttonville was as run down as a town could get. It could use something pretty. What do you think? "Where would he get the metal?" Dr. Wu asked. "I know," Pearl said. "The trap is still in the Land of Rain, and the chain links. He could use those." "Excellent," Dr. Wu said. Meadowmouth groaned. "Oh, gee, do I have to go back through the portal?" "Yes," she told him, "but be quick. I have no time to deal with angry villagers." Then she led the kids to the door. "Dr. Wu," Pearl asked, "what did the rain dragon draw in the dirt?" Dr. Wu leaned against the doorframe. "That is called yin and yang. It is the ancient Chinese symbol of opposites. Man and woman, day and night, plus and minus. The universe is composed of opposing energy. The rain dragon was letting you know that while there are bad humans, there are also good humans. While there are hunters who take horns, there are also Ben Silversteins and Pearl Petals who put them back. She smiled at them. I am very proud of both of you. Really? Pearl said. Ben beamed. He'd expected a reprimand, or at the very least, a terrible Sasquatch chore. Yes, really. But Dr. Wu's smile was short-lived. Her expression turned serious once again. Though you handled yourselves cleverly under difficult circumstances, do not make a habit of traveling to the imaginary world without me. I would hate to lose both of you. Then she glanced at her wristwatch. You'd better hurry up with that flea bath. It's nearly 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Right. The Sasquatch still needed a bath. Ugh. As they stepped out onto the 10th floor landing, Meadowmouth called, Hey, Ben! Ben turned around. This is for you. With a nudge of his snout, Meadowmouth sent the yellow tennis ball rolling across the floor. It knocked into Ben's sneaker. Ben picked it up. Despite the fact that it was soaked in dragon slobber, he was happy to have it. He tucked it into his pocket.